Hi guys, this is going to be a little bit more of a personal video than I normally do, but this is more like a public service announcement for those of you who need it. If you don't recall, Chadwick Boseman, the one that played Black Panther in the movie, passed away from colon cancer. And he was pretty young and everybody was shocked by it. But if you don't realize, colon cancer is the third most diagnosed cancer right now, and people are getting diagnosed with it earlier and earlier. So today I'm actually preparing for a colonoscopy tomorrow because I have a history of precancerous polyps, and I was supposed to get a colonoscopy every 5 years just to make sure. I actually skipped because I was supposed to get it 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, and I skipped. But now I have to get it, and so you have to prepare for the colonoscopy. You can't eat anything 24 hours before the colonoscopy. Basically, you can drink liquids, and then you have to do basically a detox. And this is called Plenvu, and basically gets rid of all your stuff that's in there. They recommend you not eat like heavy foods or whatever because you're basically detoxing yourself of everything because the colonoscopy they go in and check out your colon to make sure there's no cancerous cells or anything in it. So they put you under, if you guys haven't already gone through, they put you under, and it's a relatively quick procedure, but it requires some prep. So today I'm doing the prep and I'm hungry. I want some food, but can't have any food until tomorrow after my procedure. I'm going to try to do a quick video tomorrow morning before I go in and give you an after. But this is really a PSA. Like, I'm young, and most people, they say you're not supposed to have colonoscopy till you're after 50. But if you have a history in your family or a personal history, then they recommend you getting a colonoscopy. I also know, I saw on TV recently, they have a new, I guess, less invasive procedure of trying to detect whether you have those cancerous cells called Cologuard. And I asked my doctor about it, but since I had a history of precancerous polyps, I was more higher risk. And so Cologuard is for people who are lower risk. It's you basically put stool sample in a cup, mail it in, they do a lab analysis to determine if you have any cancerous cells in your stool. And if you do, you have to go probably for a colonoscopy. Eventually, if you don't, then you save yourself from having to go kind of under anesthesia and going through that whole process. But I find it's important to do this public service announcement because everybody's like, oh my God, Chadwick Boseman was so young. And a lot of people don't take their health seriously. They're like, I'm too young. I don't have to worry about that. And I'm under 40. And that's something that I'm concerned about. Like, if you have a history of cancer, any kind of cancer, I have a history of breast cancer in my family, but I have a personal history that's precancerous polyps, do what you can to be proactive about it so that you can catch something early. I think Chadwick Boseman had stage 4, which is kind of really like advanced at that point, and he was dealing with it for a while. But you kind of, if you can catch it early, early detection goes a long way in the survival rate. So as I mentioned, this is my public service announcement for those of you who are saying like, oh, that doesn't concern me. It might. And so take the time to kind of check it out. You might just need the Cologuard, and that's really not invasive, and go to your gastroenterologist and ask for it and have them evaluate it, or just even your primary. I think you can just go to your primary care physician to have that done. Like, okay, can you do this test and see if I need to take it any further? So keep that in mind. I'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to probably look really hungry. But I'll come back tomorrow and give you an update before I go in for the procedure. All right, see you then. Y'all, this little concoction I gotta drink, Plenvu, is disgusting. Let's be clear. I'm over here trying to hold my nose while drinking it because it's disgusting. Okay? Let's be clear. Not to discourage you from doing it, but if I don't do that, I'm gonna throw up. Okay? But you guys still do it. Okay, guys. So I'm getting ready to go to the colonoscopy place, the endoscopy place. Anyway, it's a rainy day outside, but you know how your phone has cookies on it? And so today I was going on the phone and I saw that some lady was like, she had her colonoscopy rescheduled 3 times in 2020. And by the time she got there, she had stage 3 colorectal cancer. And I was like, thanks, that's really encouraging right before I was supposed to go to colonoscopy. But it does kind of highlight the importance of being proactive about it. Of course, it wasn't due to her fault because 2020 was kind of rough and they had to reschedule a lot of things, but it's just a reminder that you should not take it for granted that, you know, if you should go get some assistance, get some preventative measures, go get them. So just to give you an idea how my morning was going, so I had to get up at 5 a.m. to take the second part of that nasty stuff I told y'all about yesterday and let the rest of it work its way through me for a full cleanse. So I've been up since 5 a.m. So I'm tired. I'm gonna want some food and sleep later. I'm gonna go there. When you have a colonoscopy, you have to have somebody give you a ride home because you're gonna go under general anesthesia while they're doing the procedure. And then you probably should eat something heavy afterwards. While I'm there, I'm gonna see if the doctor can give any advice to you guys, but I don't know, you know, their privacy procedures or like whatever, but I'll ask to see if you can get some advice. I know this is kind of a PSA because I think too, just sometimes insurance companies don't really care about your health insurance companies. I know since I mentioned before that I have a history of breast cancer in my family, I try to get my regular pap smears. This is for the women out there, regular pap smears. And they said like, oh no, you don't have to get it every year. You can get it every 2 years. That's because the insurance company don't want to pay for it every year. But just my luck, if I go to wait 2 years, by the time I go for the second year, I might be further along versus if I went every year. So I would say be an advocate for yourself. Don't let the insurance companies kind of dictate when, or even the doctor's office are kind of like in cahoots sometimes, like, oh, your insurance won't pay for it. Yes, they will. Go ahead and give me that procedure because I need this to prevent, you know, something stage 4 later down the line. So go ahead and get it. I would say that's my little nugget of advice for you guys. I'm gonna head out in a minute because I don't want to be late. You're supposed to get there an hour before the procedure. And then they'll go over everything with you before the procedure starts. And then after the procedure's over, they'll put you in the recovery room for some downtime while you're trying to wake up from the anesthesia. And then I have a call back with them for them to discuss the results of what happened at the colonoscopy. So I'll check back in with you guys later. Okay, about to get suited and booted. We gotta put the mask on to go in here and check in and see what they talk about in here. So I'll be back. Okay, I look like I've been through a lot. Anesthesia went well and procedure went well. I have to follow the doctor because I did have polyps again. I don't know if they're precancerous, so they're gonna send it to the lab and see. I'm going to get some food from Arby's because I'm hungry. And that's not too bad, I guess. But this is just a PSA for all you young people who don't think that you're immune to it. I'm still a little high on anesthesia. Forgive me. You're not. Go get your colonoscopy. All right. See you in the next video.